Welcome everyone, my name is Tradewind Rider and welcome to my Tales of Maj'Eyal video guide. Very first I would like to say I'm not a native English speaker person, so I know my pronunciation is bad, my English can be wrong. I'm also making comments to my videos at the very first time, so I'm not experienced with it. I mean, I will always try my very best to explain everything well, but if something is still confusing because of me, you can just leave any question at the comments. I will read and answer everything. So formerly I uploaded a few of my Chronomancer playthroughs and one of my Adventurer. Now I will play with a different class, and this is the Sun Paladin. And this is the reason why I'm using now an add-on, a Select Your Escorts add-on. You can find this nice little add-on uploaded to the web page. It enables you to select the type of the escorts in the given order. I'm using this because some paladins are not as complex and not as strong as Chronomancers, so my build for Madness relies on two specific early game escort. One is a Temporal Explorer for precognition, for tracking, and the second is a Lone Alchemist for unlocking spell Stone Alchemy 3. Every further escort that I can save is nice to have, but not necessary. Okay, I also have to say, take all my words, everything that I'm saying during this guide or gameplay, just for playing on Madness. So this is a totally different game. Things can be really strange here. So yeah, everything that I'm saying just applied here. Okay, so as I already mentioned, Celestial Sun Paladin, and for my build, I can only say my opinion. Ogre is the best race choice. Let's name the little dude as Sunny. I love that old school song from Bob Hep, but my character is a Sun Paladin, so the name has to be thematic. And let's now begin. So everything that you will see now before reaching character level 4 is not the game. This is just a preparation to set up the game basically. So I'm not gonna start now explain the talents, and the guide will start a little bit later. Now I will just do some preparations. So level up a little bit my magic, put one more point into Sunray, remove the point from Ogric Wrath, remove the point from Weapons Mastery, and learn Healing Light. Okay, and let's now select my escorts with this nice little add-on. So Temporal Explorer for precognition, as I mentioned, Lone Alchemist for Stone Alchemy. Let's make things sure, so another Explorer, another Alchemist. And a little bit later, okay, let's choose some more Explorers. If I manage to save some more Explorers, I can have a higher level precognition. This is just for comfort. Level 1 precognition is necessary for the early stages, but from level 20 or so we can find items with track on them, but it's just way more comfortable not to relying on items for tracking, so that's why it's better to have a level 2 or 3 precognition by talent. Okay, as a Sun Paladin we are spawning, starting at the Scintillating Caves. This means this is the first Tier 1 zone where we are spawned, and the first two Tier 1 zones can have escorts where you enter. So at the second level and the third level here can have escorts, but I like to go out immediately and go into my second Tier 1 zone, and I like to go to the ruins of Kor'Pul. This is because the Kor'Pul is a tunnel zone, a maze-like zone, so for me it's easier to secure escorts. Let's speak with this dude. We have to unlock Angolvan a little bit later. Okay, so let's go to Kor'Pul. I also like Kor'Pul because the first and the second levels can immediately have escorts, so that means we do not have to level lock the third level. Okay, here is the first little dude. Okay, I can see the portal is to the south. Let's now try to kill this dude quickly. I forgot to put back, yeah, so these are important, especially the combat accuracy, because we would like to hit our enemies, of course. Okay, and it's okay, that was it. It was easy. Yeah, but these are, so before level 4 these are relatively easy. So choose precognition for tracking. I'm not gonna use it now because, as I mentioned, it's not the game. Everything is relatively easy here. I just want to make sure I have my necessary escorts, because it can happen you do not have any escort in the Tier 1 zones, or you just have one. In this case, I have to restart the game, so that's why I'm just always checking my escorts first. Let's explore a little bit this level. Let's kill some dudes and find the entrance to the second level. because there can be also an escort there. Okay, here is the entrance to the second level. Some little mouses here, but those are not problematic. So let's wait a little bit because I killed an enemy and now I can enter to the second level. I will keep, these are daggers, but I will keep every metal weapon and the metal armor, tier 1, because I will learn spell Stone Alchemy so I can generate gems from them a little bit later. Okay, and unfortunately no escort here, but there are closed doors here. So in these zones where there are doors, these doors can prevent the escorts to trigger. So okay, let's shield up. This is a skeleton dude. So let's explore the level, let's open doors, and after that we can double check if we really do not have an escort here. It's not 100% sure now that we do not have an escort here. Okay, here is a shooting little buddy. Oh, lonely little mouse. Poor little dude inside the sealed area. There is a mouse. I saw you, little friend. Oh, multiply dudes, so let's go backwards. Anytime if you find yourself encountering with multiply melee enemies, position yourself that way that just one dude can hit you at a time. Little rabbit. Oh, and here is a vault. Very important. Okay, this one specific vault where there are 9 inscriptions inside is an exception because this is relatively easy. But in general, do not open vaults now this early. This goes to anything or everything that if the game asks you to, are you sure you want to do this? So chests, digestive sex vaults. We will come back later and we will deal with them. Okay, so let's now double check if we really do not have an escort here. So let's go back and let's now go to the second level, but it seems we do not have an escort here. Okay, so let's continue a little bit. It's just important to do not reach character level 4 before you triggered all your, or checked all your escorts. So I also do not open the chest. Okay, now I level 3. Okay, it seems we fully cleared this level, but of course we will come back for the chest. And let's now go to the Scintillating Caves, because yeah, there can be also escorts. We would like to have the little alchemist dude. Hostile Zigur Patrol. These are slow now. From game version 1.6 they have just 50% movement speed. They are just annoying. Okay, let's check, let's search the entrance to the second level. Here it is, nice. Okay, let's kill some of these dudes. And here is a lone alchemist dude, that's really nice. Okay, so track around. Here is the portal. Probably the dude will go to the north, but of course everything can happen. The dude can start going to the south. And it seems now we have to switch places. But now that means the dude will... Okay, let's just body block this. Okay, nice. So far so good. Okay, this is nice. So now the dude is in a safe spot where basically enemies cannot hit it. Just be aware these crystal dudes can have... So they are non-mobile, but they have these dudes face door. So yeah, that means they can teleport next to you anytime. And the dude just, with the last step, it just made it. Nice. So, Stone Alchemy, as I mentioned. So now I do not have any benefit, basically, from this escort. But a little bit later, with the category points spent, I can unlock spell Stone Alchemy. Okay, so let's now clear this level, because we already level logged it. Psionic Shield, okay, that's not the tools that I prefer, but I do not have any tools now, so anything is useful than nothing. And this is just a normal amulet, that's sad. Oh, there is still a crystal here. And I think now we managed to clear this level. So I forgot to mention, we spawned in the alternative version of the caves. That means not 3 levels will be here, but 5. But these levels are smaller, much smaller than the normal version levels. Okay, so let's change the level. We do not really need this, but we do not have anything, so I will use it. Okay, magic, at least it gives some magic. Again, for gems, this is nice. And we do not need these other 2 items. And here is another temporal explorer dude. Lead on, I will protect you. So the portal is at the very, very other part, or other side. I immediately switched places with it. Okay, so let's wait now a little bit. This will be a long way, unfortunately. Okay, and it seems we will go to this. Yes, okay. Okay, there was a crystal here who teleported away. I saw this particle teleport, visual particles. Okay, jelly dude, let's wait a little bit. Play slowly, because anytime the crystals can teleport face door even behind the little dude, so you have to be prepared, have to be careful. And now here is a crystal, of course body block, so we would like to kill the crystal. We do not care. We are hitting with melee, by melee, this dude. And I also leveling up my sun beam or sun ray, because now it's blinds, but of course crystals are fully immune to blinding. So I'm staying here, body blocking the little dude, and I'm killing this crystal. Nice. Oh, and so that's what I mentioned. Dude is just teleport, face dooring in front of us. Let's wait more, because other dudes can arrive here. So always press the button slowly. Still one crystal is here. Okay, it's here. It's very vulnerable. These dudes are very vulnerable to light, and that's really good for us. Okay, and it seems the little dude make it. Nice. So I would like to have talent precognition. Nice. So and I have level 2 precognition. That makes things a little bit more comfortable. And now I will clear these zones fully that I already level logged. Okay, multiply crystal dude, that's not nice. Oh, come on, I will kill you. This is the one that is very vulnerable to the light damage. Oh, the dude had a arcane artifact, a dagger. Okay, let's wander around a little bit. Maybe some crystal is just phasing someplace. Okay, no, we managed to fully clear the third level. Nice. Let's now check if there are still enemies someplace else. 11. No. Let's check this shield. 38 block wall. Okay, this is definitely better. So I will switch for this one. Okay, so level 2 is fully cleared. But level 1 is not. So let's just now continue clearing out the already level logged areas. Nice. Okay, here is a crystal dude. This is vulnerable to light, so let's kill it with the sunbeam. Okay, and now it seems level 1 is also fully cleared. No, but yeah, that's why I'm wandering around, because these crystal dudes can just appear from anywhere. We are very close to reaching level 4, that's why I'm... Okay, now I would like to go... to the ruins of Kor'Pul, because there was this easy vault there, so very likely I can reach level 4. And that means there will be rare enemies in one more level, so it's I know it's maybe sounds a little bit boring, but it's really important to press out as many experience points. And okay, here is a hostile patrol. Let's just avoid them. So at these early stages, even one more level with rare enemies can count. We can find better items. We can have more experience. So here there was a chest that I'm not interested in it, because there can be a rare enemy from that one. Okay, but the next level had this vault that is actually not hard. This one, and it also has a... Okay, oh, unfortunately this is the hardest one, because these cats, or so these are harder dudes. Very high accuracy, so this can be a little bit slow to kill and hard to kill, but anyway, we can reach character level 4, and that means at the Scintillating Cave level 4 we can have rare enemies. Yes, so that's what I wanted. But I have this psionic shield a little bit, I have my damage shield, I have healings. Nice. And also maybe I can find here some nice inscription. But yeah, these are really annoying, really high accuracy. We have a... sorry, really high defense, so we have a bad chance, low chance to hit them, but yes, so manageable, and we reach level 4. Regen, we do not need. With this character, I do not really prefer to use infusions. Blink rune, now this is better a little bit than our starting blink. Shielding, but really weak. Shielding, but really weak. And the shielding, but it's also weak. Okay, but at least we found a better blink. That's nice. Okay, so that was all. Now we reached character level 4, so now I will level up. Okay, so points will go into magic. And so very first, Weapon of Light, this is a essential sustain of ours. While it's sustained, every of our melee hits will have a little light damage melee projection. This is fine, but of course it's not something significant for us. But anytime if we are hitting a hostile actor, it's important, it just works on hostile actors. And if we have a damage shield effect, or damage shield will be, the power will be increased by this amount. This can only trigger once per turn, but it do not have a limit. So theoretically, we can have an infinite high damage shield, but of course it's very theoretical. Furthermore, it's very important, it's not, and this is the main powerhouse here, it's not in the description, if we have a damage shield, and if our damage shield would have a lower than 2 turns duration, and if we manage to hit a hostile actor, our damage shield's duration will be reset to 2 turns. So we can extend damage shield also infinitely. So even at one point, this is a crazy strong, very, very good talent. And our Sunray is it's a single target light damage hit, but from level 3, so that's why I leveled up to level 3. From level 3 it tries to blind enemies in a very nice radius to area of effect, and this blind is checking blindness immunity and making a spell power versus spell save check against the enemy. I'm also learning Wave of Power. This is our melee, so this making a melee hit from ranged. The range seems very low now because I have low strength. I will level up my magic and strength also, so not just my magic. So note, the range is not scaling with talent level, the range is scaling with your strength. Now it seems very underwhelming and low, but for example with 100 strength, the range is 10. And they do not have a cap, so higher than 100, so we can even have a range 12 or 13. This is a really nice talent. It makes a melee attack against the target, and it also have a chance, there is a small chance to attack the target at a second time, and this chance is scaling with the talent level and with the distance. So the further the enemy is, the chance is the higher. This will be one of our main attack talents. I'm also learning Path of the Sun. This is a wonderful talent, movement-based mobility talent. So while we have the effect and while the map effect is on the map, we can move instantly on this map effect. We can use this both offensively and defensively. So for example, we can set this Path of the Sun up, we can close into an enemy, rush, so hit it, and then we can retreat. So this is a very, very useful, crazy useful talent. I will now do not level up my further talents, but now instead I will refound back this point again, because I would like to make it sure these 2 points are refoundable, so the last 3 generic points are these. And I learn Chant Illuminate. I have Chant Acolyte. This is a passive talent that gives me 3 different talents, 3 different chants, and while sustaining these chants we have a little benefits, little extra effects, but the thing is my chants are not for this. So this is a 1-point wonder for me. This is because from level 8, by activating a chant, I can clear a detrimental effect from myself. So therefore I'm using my chant exclusively just for effect clearing. Therefore I cannot rely on these effects that these chants giving me, because I will continuously switching my chants. So 1 point is necessary, but 1 point is enough. And Chant Illuminate is just passively enhancing our chants. Anytime if I'm sustaining one of my chants, I will have a little stamina regen, mana regen, and if enemies hitting me, they will take a little light damage. Here the mana regen is nice because we will use mana. So here is Stone Alchemy, and we will use other talents for mana. So at least we are not relying on items for mana regeneration. Okay, Healing Light is my little healing spell. The healing power scales with talent level and spell power. It's not in the description, unfortunately, but it can be a spell critical, so that's why it's also a 1-point wonder. Even at 1 point at the late stages, because of spell critical, it can fully heal us back. And I'm also learning Breath in Light. This will be also one of our core talents. It applies a map effect on the map, and every actor is affected by this map effect, so the enemies also. All the affected actors gain a beneficial magical effect that increases their healing factor, and all the actors receive a small amount of healing and a small amount of damage shield. But this talent can be also a spell critical, and the damage shield and the healing is both affected by healing factor. So that means this is not really an early game talent, but from mid game and late game this can be a crazy strong talent. And this damage shield is very unique because normally damage shields cannot merge. Just the stronger damage shield overrides the weaker one, but in this case this is just simply additive. But this has a cap. The talent description says anytime the shield is refreshed by 20 times, it will be unstable and explode. This explode is nothing damaging or something, this means you just lose the effect. So this has a cap, you cannot extend damage shields infinitely with this talent, okay? And let's now put back the refoundable points here. Okay, so this was now level 4, and because now we reached character level 4, so characters players on Madness difficulty starts with 500 extra gold. That's why we can go now for a little shopping tour. Also, characters or players on Madness starts from game version 1.6 starts with 100 extra maximum life. That's why my character have this high maximum life. And there is still one more thing that I have to explain. Player characters on Madness starts with a specific, very unique passive talent. This is the Hunted. So we are hunted. What does that mean? There is an X% chance, so this is a variable, X% chance each game turn, so each base turn, that all enemies, very important, all enemies in a epsilon radius, so this is also another variable, get a glimpse of your position for 30 turns. That means on activation they will set us as their targets and they will start wandering around and hunt us down. So these chances are scaling, and so these variables are scaling with our character level, and at character level 50 these will be 8% chance and the radius 20. Do not underestimate these, because this is triggering at every base turn, and this 8% chance is very significant. So basically we will be hunted, all enemies will hunt us down and attack us. So this is a game changer, really a game changer. So let's now go around in shops. Okay, we do not need these. I will keep this bling because this is better than my bling, but others are unfortunately weak. So let's go around now and do a shopping. So now the real game starts, because now we will meet with real enemies or dangerous enemies, rares. Okay, we already found... Okay, here is a hostile patrol. Let's avoid it. But first let's check Derth. So we already found an arcane artifact. That is that dagger. So we can unlock Angolwen, the Archmage city now. This quest is very doable around level 6 or so, or 7, but I like to wait a little bit with it. So let's check now. This is just a normal pickaxe, no zealot, it's not good. And it's also arcane disrupting. This is not good. This is nice. It's a little bit expensive, but at these very early stages we would like to have maximum life and diet, so negative life. These are have a very high factor at these very early stages, because we have a low amount of maximum life. Okay, so I will buy this. And let's just switch my lantern. Nice. So more maximum life, we really need this. Okay, speak with the alchemist dude. We do not really need anything from here, but for example, maybe the only useful is the precision, so 4% physical critical strike chance. do not really need it, of course. Okay, no. This is cheap, but we already have a nice shield, I think. Yeah, so no, nothing is really useful here. No. Also, let's check now these weapons. Okay, these caustic. No, it's not that good. This is also not that good. And these are daggers. Okay, so we did not really find anything here, but this little lantern with maximum life is nice. Let's continue now. Be aware, there is this hostile dude. These are just annoying, really annoying. They are slow, 50% movement speed, but they can just prevent you to enter into zones. So let's give now the scalpel, we do not need it. And unlock now the secret city. And go now there, because there are also some shops. Let's check the lore, and also it seems there is a naked woman statue inside the fountain. That's really interesting. Check now the shops. So here the jewelry shop, the main point here is the ring imbuing, but now we do not have gold, we do not have rings, and do not have good gems. For that is a really little bit later story. Now just check the normal items. Usually we do not find anything good here. So for example, if we found here a blinding speed ring, it's expensive, we do not really need this. But here is a silence immunity ring. That's nice, but it do not give us very much. But we do not need silence immunity this early, so there won't gonna be much enemies who are silencing us. Let's check here, blink rune, and this is even better than that we found. That's nice. Shatter, but the cooldown is actually the same as that or shatter, so that means it's not good. But here is a shielding rune. It has a wrong scaling, so constitution, but at least it has a nice value, 406. So maybe I will come back and buy this. That's really sure. First, of course, let's check other rune shops. If I find a better shielding, then of course I will buy that one. But these two are nice. Okay, let's check this shop also. Shielding wand, no, we do not need it. And mage warriors, that means this is a one-handed stuff. That's really nice. Okay, so 2 mage warriors stuff. It's a little bit later story, we do not have now the gold. Okay, let's explore this town completely. Let's say hello to the... I think this is the naked woman here. Linanil, I'm not sure, but I just think. Okay. So I think this is Linanil's statue, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Let's continue the little shopping tour. So at least we can come back here. There is a better blink and a better, very nice shielding rune. It won't gonna scale with any of our stat, because of course we are not leveling up constitution, but this 400 value at this stage of the game is really nice, and for several more levels it will be really nice for us. Blink bad, mana surge useless. Okay, this is not good. Speak with this alchemist also. And here we do not really need anything. Mysticism or mastery do not really matter. Okay, I will choose mysticism. This is do not matters. Okay, containment belt. That's nice, because this is also gives maximum life. It's really good. Maybe I will buy this one also. Void Stalker. This is good for the out of phase. Okay, so maybe I will buy this containment belt, 140. Check the stuffs here. Okay, no. Okay, this is not good. Butchering is not good for us. No, and spell streaming, that means spell power and spell crit chance, but not really nice values. So no, I do not need here anything, but I'm interested in this containment belt, so at least one potentially useful item is here. Let's go now to Last Hope. So this is what I'm doing, seems maybe boring, but it's okay. Here is a hostile patrol, unfortunately. So now they went backwards. So now these things that I'm doing seems maybe boring, that shopping is boring, but it's now really essential. Before you are fighting with rare enemies, do this, check the shops, optimize a little bit your character. If you just find 1, 2, 3 better pieces, a little bit better pieces, do this. You need it. Okay, no... Oh, Undeterred. Evasion I do not really care, but Undeterred is good, but it's expensive. So I'm now preferring now maximum life items, but maybe a little bit later I will buy this, but not for now. Okay, no. Another Voidstalker, Ancient, and that means little bit of magic, physical damage, and it's not that good. This is also not that good. No, okay, I do not need any of these items. Let's check the weapons here. Maximum life, that's interesting, and 9 constitution, that means 9 multiplied by 4 more lives, so basically 36 plus 23, so 59 maximum life. This is cool, this is really cool, but it's also expensive. So a little bit later maybe I will buy this weapon. Okay, let's check the runes. Biting Gale of the Wizard. This is really nice. A Blink rune that is bad, and the Shielding that is also weak. So I can buy this Biting Gale for sure. And then I can have this strong Shielding, that's nice. And I need a Shatter. I really need a Shatter. I have to have some effect clears. So instead of this Blink, this weak Blink or another Blink, I can use this Biting Gale, yes, and I will do that. Okay, let's put it here. I remove my attack talent, I won't gonna use abuses. Okay, let's speak with this little guy. And now this is the... So this build not relies on any elixirs, but if I have to say something is the most important or the best for us, this is the Elixir of Foundations for the +2 generic points. So let's choose that one, and also let's accept the quest for the grave. Okay, let's see your wares. No, nothing really important. So at least we found a Biting Gale here, that's nice. But other items are not useful for us, so let's continue now. Let's go now to Shatur, to this Taloran city. I like to explore the world map. Oh, here is the little dude, the hermit. Speak with him. And let's choose, so the Explosive Force is also nice for the 4% spell critical, but of course the Elixir of Focus is better for us for +2 class talent points, but the generic points, so the foundation is just better. So we will have plenty of class talent points. This build is not class talent point hungry at all. Let's trigger, oh, I wanted to trigger the small Lumberjack, okay, so accept it, but do not go there because Ben will just kill you if you go there this early. Ancient Elven runes here. Okay, let's continue now the little exploration. And let's go now to the Taloran city. Okay, so here is an Undeterred Boots of Phasing. Now this is really good because it also has a random blink that is an extra escape option. Escape option is really nice. Another phasing boots, but okay, this is giving some willpower, so the Undeterred is better in this way, of course. So, but this is also a little bit later story. No, we do not need these. And check the tools, maybe we can find Stinging, a Mind Blast, Torque. No, we do not want to have, or do not like to buy this Mind Blast Torque. Okay, so then let's go now to Angolven and Elvala, because in Angolven there was this really nice shielding rune, and in Elvala there was this belt of containment for extra maximum life. It gives basically every... another hostile patrol, they're so annoying. So, of course, it gives basically every... and another patrol. Sometimes walking on the world map is like an arcade game. So it gives every type of resources, but the main importance at this early stage, of course, is the maximum life. It's really bad. I would like to have a better shatter, but at least have now this nice shielding. And let's switch for it. Okay, and we still have some gold for that containment belt. That is really nice, so let's buy that. It was here, I think, yes. Okay, and that was all now. It's okay. Do not have to spend all your gold, of course. So, way better. We also gain some positive energy, but positive energy is not an issue with Sun Paladin. Okay, nice. So we can continue now our adventures. It's really important. These rare enemies will be a little bit increasement in the difficulty. So first level is fully cleared. Second level also fully cleared. Yes, third level also fully cleared. So let's go now to the fourth level, and now precognition up, because there will be, of course, rare enemies. So I do not want to waste a turn to activate my precognition. And it seems now no one can see us, but of course they will trigger their hunter sooner or later. Here is a Bulwark, Doomed, Corruptor, another Doomed, and a Mindslayer, and an Anorithil. So it seems this corner is safer. So let's just go first here and kill these dudes. So always create a safe space for yourself. And now it seems that the Doomed is after us. Yes, it's where it seems the Doomed is after us. So first, let's deal some damage, and then let's deal some damage, and now it's next to me. Shield up. And let's see what can we do with this guy. 66%. Yeah, it will be a slow kill, but it seems it's fine. The little shadows are very vulnerable to light damage, so it's really nice for us that they can just basically kill themselves. Okay, this is the reason why we need Shatter Affliction, so we have to remove detrimental effects. Now we are stunned again. That's really bad. So use this Biting Gale now as an instant. So now we are not stunned anymore, and the dude is still frozen. Nice, we killed it. Found a rare wizard stuff. Let's check around again, because anytime can happen. Enemies will trigger their hunter and fight with us. So this is a little wizard stuff with willpower, 3 spell power and a nice amount of spell crit chance and little critical multiplier, but it's not really a strong item. Okay, let's continue. Who are you? Here is the Bulwark. Okay, I'm using now the Psionic Shield. Okay, so here is the Bulwark. Nice. Let's now... I lost my Psionic Shield, so let's now use the Damage Shield. Okay, this is a Corruptor, so we also took this Pacification Hex. Let's now go back a little bit this way. The Corruptor cannot use these talents, so do not have line of sight for us. And that is a crystal, so it's non-mobile, but be aware it can phase door next to us. Okay, do this handled. We do not have any gloves. This is armor, darkness damage, life regen. Okay, it's not really useful, but we do not have anything. And this one is a little fire damage on hit. Okay, so I will use it, of course. Okay, let's continue. So here is this annoying little dude, the Corruptor. But let's check first. I try to go closer to it. Oh, and it's just phase doored out. I wanted to kill it. Okay, here is the dude. Let's now kill first this one. Found a ring. Okay, kill now the little mouse. Check this ring. I used to check every little item one by one, because yeah, every item can be, especially at this early stage, every item can be really helpful. Be careful if you equip an item, it's non-instant, so check around if no enemies are around you. This is really nice. Magic, maximum life and some immunities. This is really helpful. Okay, and now let's go here, set up the Path of the Sun. The dude is shooting this projectile, so let's activate our damage shield. And now we will just... Okay, now we have to remove this hex. So now we will just try to beat this dude up. We have a low amount of damage, but it's not an issue. Okay, another wizard stuff. It's nice. Okay, so far so good. Okay, let's continue now. Doomed and Honoritial, this will be a really annoying zone or fight. Let's lure this little fellow. First, we have to kill this plant, because this plant is blocking the Mind Slayer's path. And now here is the Mind Slayer. Okay, nice. Let's deal some damage to them and also try to clear the trash, so clear these annoying little dudes, the shadows. Okay, it's blinding now, that's really fine. Block. Kill this little guy. Okay, now Biting Gale. Deal some more. Okay, we are stunned and I cannot remove it now, that's unfortunate. But now I have my damage shield and that's nice, and now I'm not stunned. Okay, dude is died. Okay, so these shadows are really annoying, of course. They will continuously follow me because this dude is targeting me. So now 2 rares, but unfortunately both of them are non-mobile, so maybe I can lure out this guy because this has phase door, this Enoritil guy. And yes, I like to do this. Okay, first let's try to deal with them. Because I have a nice damage shield. And as long as I keep hitting this dude, I'm not gonna losing my damage shield, and a few more turns and I will have my damage shield again. Okay, I'm stunned now and that's bad. So let's use now this psionic shield. That will be a good thing to have. Okay, damage shield now up. And I'm now just simply stunned again. Okay, cool. And now let's just freeze this guy and go close to it and try to beat out everything from it. Now it have the counter-strike effect, so let's hit it and it's dead. Okay, and I think the whole level is cleared. So now the game is a little bit slower. Also, maybe I did not told it, but everything will be insanely slow here because, yeah, it's madness with the Sun Paladin, so do not accept something like I'm rushing through the game. I'm also decided to slow down a little bit more. It won't gonna be noticeable because the game is already really slow, but if I'm slowing down a little bit more, I can continuously comment what am I doing and why am I doing that. So I think that's nice. So magic and strength. Okay, and we reached level 5 now. I'm again just refounding these points, but I think in the generic section it's okay now. Yeah, I do not really need now everything, so I just put back these points. But I have my shield, so I would like to have my shield offense tree also. What I really like to have now is improving my Path of the Sun, because the second level is giving me 2 more range and not just 1. And I'm now learning my shield pummel. This is my my stunning talent. It hits it has a low cooldown, it hits the target or attacks the target 2 times with a shield. The damage multiplier is nice, but we do not have any mastery for shields, so the main reason is not for damage. But if the second attack hits the target, then the talent tries to stun the target for the given duration. This stun checks for stun freeze immunity, of course, and it has a very unique apply power. The apply power, only this one talent uses this apply power. It's our raw accuracy, but instead of our dexterity is added to a raw accuracy, or strength is added to a raw accuracy. So basically it's accuracy, but instead of dexterity or strength is counted, and then this is rescaled normally. Okay, so when we are meleeing, we would like to, of course, negate enemies or weaken down enemies, and basically Sun Paladin only have blind and stun, so we would like to apply both of them, and stunning enemies is a really effective way to take less damage from them. And I'm also learning Riposte. This is a very nice passive talent, so it improves the ability to perform counter-strike after incomplete blocks. That is really important because here on Madness damage instances will be really high, so do not even think about fully block a damage instance. Block is applied really early at the damage projection, just right like after the resistances. So yeah, you won't gonna completely block many damage instances, but we would like, if we are using a shield, we would like to rely on the counter strikes. And also it gives another counter-strike stack in the counter-strike effect. So normally the counter-strike effect just have 1 stack in it. That means the next weapon attack will have a double damage. But now it has a 2, so the next 2 damage attack will have a double damage. So this is really nice for us. Okay, so this is now from the class section at level 5. And from the generic side, it's okay now, it's enough. So now I have a stamina bar, so that means I'm now resting. Okay, let's just order my talents a little bit. Okay, so far so good. And let's now precognition and go to the next level. Check these weapons. It gives accuracy. That means basically this is better. than my current one. This is not better. Okay, this has a better base power than this, but this has 10 more accuracy, so 6 effective. So that's why I'm using this sword now. And I will keep it for gems. I will keep it for gems. I will keep it just for sure. Maybe it's useful. And let's check these wizard stuffs, but it seems no, we do not need any of these. Okay, so let's sell these items. Okay, here is the boss. We would like to kill the boss to the very last. So this is a safe area. Here is a Archmage that can be annoying. A Kor'Pul that can be very annoying. Here is a rogue, be careful, but they do not have throwing knives. That's nice. And Berserker. Okay, so here is the Archmage dude. Let's kill some normal dudes now. So create this safety place, safety area. Okay, and let's now try to kill this Archmage. Almost 300 freeze. That's really unfortunate. Okay, let's deal some damage. So this is also good, this biting rune for damage reasons, of course. And now let's try to stun the guy. Nice. Oh, we have a Congeal time. Okay, I do not care. We have a nice amount of damage shield, so as long as we are just hitting and hitting the enemies, I'm maintaining my damage shield, so I'm fine. The dude has died. 60, okay. So it's dead now, maybe from this amulet. Okay, stunned. Remove it. Oh, here is the rogue. Okay, stunned us. That's not good. Then, little friend. We can also negate you. Okay, now it broke out. So deal some damage from range. And now shield up. Try to stun it. And now we can easily kill it. We have a nice amount of damage shield. Okay, let's now check these items. Warrior's Copper Amulet. Okay. It doesn't matter really, but it has a physical resistance at least, so I will switch for it. It's basically nothing, but okay, we do not need this belt. We do not have we have a cloak, but this is very weak. So this was the item that gave the dude diet. Okay, 60 negative life. That's really nice. So of course I will switch for it. And check this helm. We have a 3 strength helm, and this is 3 armor, cunning, dexterity. Not really useful. I will keep this for gems, but this is not really useful for us. Okay, so let's continue. Now I have some negative life, so I'm way safer now. Let's go to the south. It seems that is a safer area. Orc, interesting. So this is a different faction. This is from the Orc Pride. So this is hostile to all these enemies here. Okay, there is the Kor'Pul. That will be our next dude, but it did not face the other way. Lucky. So let's use this Path of the Sun now offensively. Let's deal some damage to the Kor'Pul. Let's continuously hit it. This way we can even strengthen our damage shield. Okay, 62%. I do not want to be hexed, so remove it. Okay, this is fine. Nice. Found a Mind Star that's useless. Okay, now we trigger the Hunter of this Berserker, and this is a mobile enemy, so it will come after us and hunt us down. So let's wait a little bit. Here is the Berserker. Of course, they have, from range, they have the shouts, so usually they are starting with these 2 shouts. Okay, now I'm stunned, unfortunately. Let's activate my little damage reductions. And let's now try to stun the dude. It has its recovery, but it seems we have enough amount of damage. Nice. This is a shield. But it gives accuracy and dexterity. Okay, so that's why I will use it. Because of little extra accuracy. So now we have an extra damage shield. This is willpower, I will keep it. So let's remove this psionic shield and put here the other extra damage shield. It's weak, but we can extend our damage shields and strengthen our damage shields with Weapon of Light and also with Bat of Light, Bathing Light. Okay, so far so good. Let's check if we have other rare enemies here, but it seems no. Let's kill these normal dudes, and then we will kill the boss. Oh, this is fully light immune, but we can kill it. Okay, and this boss is now easy. It's very important I'm clearing this zone early, because so this dude, if you reach character level 11, all these fixed bosses will have classes and level up in those classes, and you do not want this to happen, because this dude will be an Archmage, and that is a crazy, annoying, very dangerous enemy. This way, if it's not an Archmage, it's relatively easy. Same goes for Bill the Troll, so that's why the first two zones that I'm doing is this one, the Scintillating Caves, and then Trollmire. Okay, so yeah, this is not a hard enemy now. Okay, and level 7. We have a Rod of Recall now. Oh, procs Lucky Halfling Food. We do not need that. It's unfortunate. Okay, and it seems we fully cleared the Scintillating Caves. Nice. Okay, so let's level up, but first check the items. Shielding Rune. Okay, it's not that good, of course, than our current shielding. And I can get some gems from these items. Nice. Okay, now I'm over encumbrance, so I have to sell something. Okay. So let's check now what we can sell. For example, some heavy. Yes, this is very heavy, and I can also just gain one gem from it. Okay, nice. And we do not need these items. And let's now level up. So some more strength and more magic. Nice, and we have 2 more class points. So these points will go. So I will always want to make sure these are the refundable points, so I will just remove these now. And I would like to really like to have a little bit higher level of Path of the Sun. This is really important for me, so I will just learn this now. And now I will refund back these points. Okay. And from the generic section, it's basically still okay for me. It's still fine for me. Nice. So now this Path of the Sun is really nice, really long. That's what we want. So recall out and continue the quest. And we do not need these items. Okay. So I already mentioned the next zone or next area will be the Trollmire, because I like to kill that boss also before I reach level 11. Oh, another hostile dude, but we do not care about it now. And immediately 2 rare enemies spawning here, not just one. A Vermic, that's not a problem, and a Bulwark. Okay, so let's deal some range damage. Also check around, because there are other rare enemies, yes. So the Vermic just used Ice Claw, but here is a Rogue also and a Berserker. So this is This is not good. Okay, let's now shield up. And let's freeze these guys. Okay, and I'm now stunned. That's not good. Shield up. But I'm just surrounded by a multiply of these dudes. So let's just go away from here. It's really bad. I have to heal back. Okay, nice. Another confusion. Now that I can remove. Oh, I was knocked back. So here are trees. So that means I managed to survive this little confrontation. But now just one melee enemy can attack me basically if I'm lucky enough. Let's now deal some further damage. This was really close immediately. Oh, no. Unfortunately, multiply dudes are next to me. So let's set up the Path of the Sun again. And let's go further and further. And let's heal back. It's really unfortunate that we have to do this, but there is no other way. Shield up now. Try to stun this guy. Okay, this is very close to dying. That would be really nice if I could kill this. Here is a Shadow Blade. Okay, and here is the Vermic, and the Vermic is now really close to dying. Let's remove this poison, and let's go here. Okay, we are stunned. That's not good, but anyway, we can little bit negate them. And here is the Bulwark. Block now, it has the counter strike. So let's now try to blind it. Now, nice, it's blinded now. Try to stun it, it's also stunned. And because it's blinded, it can act randomly, so instead of attacking us, it's just stepped away. So here is now a Shadow Blade. Okay. And a Soul Butcher also. Okay, let's deal with this Shadow Blade dude. 37, okay, nice. So this was really close. It can happen anytime, so usually you do not find 4 rares immediately next to you when you enter into a level, but yeah, anytime it can happen, and that is really, really unfortunate. Okay, then shield up. So we can kill this Shadow Blade now, nice. So now just normal enemies are next to us. So play slowly, carefully, let's kill these normal dudes. While we are also extending our damage shield and basically strengthening our damage shield against these normal dudes. So it's really nice if normal dudes are next to us and hitting us. Let's remove this. And now here comes the Soul Butcher, and that's not good. Let's deal some extra damage to this guy. Now I will hit this normal dude, but actually it's nice if the normal dude is next to me. Vermic, but it's really weak. Okay, Confusion, and now unfortunately I cannot remove that, but I can continuously bump, so at least I can have my damage shield, because if I'm bumping and I have just 2 options, even if I'm confused, I will hit this or this, it doesn't matter, I'm extending my damage shields, making them stronger. Okay. So I have to keep hitting the dude because I need my damage shield, but now it's not on cooldown, so anytime if I'm losing it, I will just reactivate again. Okay, and now this will be just dead, okay, but still, now check around, still 2 more. 52, 72, okay. Oh, and here is a rogue, and the dude is just stunned us. So let's deal now damage to these, because I can deal damage to both of them. And I like to kill this rogue. Okay, so rogue and berserker. Now my priority is the rogue. Okay, rogue is killed, now I'm confused. But again, I have just 2 options. So if I'm bumping the berserker, I can bump the berserker, or the other dude, I cannot go anywhere else. This was a really bad start, but yeah, anytime it can happen. And at these early stages, we are very vulnerable to these bad random enemy generations. Little bit later, when we have all our talents, or most of our talents, of course, we are not that vulnerable, because, for example, if I have now Gem Portal or other talents, so my main mobility talents, I can escape very well, but at these early stages, we can die easily. And yeah, of course, it happened to me a lot, so be prepared. If you start playing here, you will die. You can die easily. Okay, now we managed to kill all these dudes. We found a lot of rare items, because we killed a lot of dudes. Wow, this was a crazy start. Wow, immediately a lot of, like 4 rare enemies were here. We have to flee, and of course more rare enemies are just entered into the combat. Okay, let's check now these items. So this one is Arcane Disrupting, and I'm not gonna extract gems from rare items because I can sell them for a good value. Okay, this is not a good wizard stuff. This one is just some resistance. Constitution, that means 24 more life. So that's nice, I will switch for it. Okay, this one is basically just some magic and constitution, but I do not have any boots. So let's use it. Check the gloves. Physical creatures armor. And some physical damage and physical damage penetration armor. And a chance to trigger this global slow. I will use this one. Okay, some fire damage and fire damage penetration, and this is some cold damage. That's all. This has temporal energized chance, but have a nice fire resistance. Okay, I will keep it, but I will sell this one. And I do not need these gloves. Do not need this helm. Okay, so far so good. This was an incredibly annoying start. That, yeah, anytime it can happen. I just do not want it to flee because I just started the play. How does it look if you immediately fleeing? So, let's now start. Healing totem. No, we do not need it. Okay, more rare enemies. Here will be a Psyshot rare, but that's non-mobile. So let's now just try to lure the Marauder Bear, because that is a mobile enemy. Little bear, come. Okay, here is the Marauder Skullcracker, so of course it has confusion. Now try to stun it. Nice. We have a stun, but I cannot remove it now, so let's just live with it. Try to blind the bear. Nice. So it can act now randomly. Okay, stunned again, but now I can remove it. Okay, check this armor. No, I do not need it. And now kill or deal with this dude. So, let's just kill it quickly. We have a nice amount of damage shield, and as long as we just hitting, our damage shield is just extending and extending. It's just a low amount of critical chances, so no, we do not need these. Okay, some normal dudes. Yeah, I think we killed all the rare enemies that were here. All the rare enemies were just concentrated into the start of this level. That was crazy. Okay, Psyshot. plant, so it's also non-mobile. Oh, and it has Dreamwalk, I think. I do not see it, but maybe it was Dreamwalk. What do you have, my little dude? It was definitely not Rocket Boots. Or, yeah, it has an activable... So it was Blind Slide, because it has a activable power, or maybe... Yeah, I think maybe Blind Slide. Okay, it's constricted me, but I do not really care. Nice. Armor, critical multiplier, light reduce... Oh, mind damage... No. We don't care about this helm. Let's continue. Oh, another rare, a lot of rares. And it's a rogue. Okay, so... Be really careful. Here is the rogue. Okay, let's try to remove the stun. Really nice. Of course, it has the Scoundrel tree. Let's hit it because, of course, again, we are just extending our damage shield. Stunned again. We cannot do anything against this stun, unfortunately. And we have to keep hitting because we would like to retain our damage shield. Now we do not have to hit because now our damage shield is not on cooldown. But, okay, we killed it. Nice. A lot of rares in this first level, that's crazy. And another rare, an archer. Okay, triggered its hunter, so we just have to wait for it. And now just start hitting it. Stun it, nice. Oh, do not go away, my friend. I do not want you to go away, so let's just freeze you. I have some ranged options. You cannot just simply run away. Okay, and we reached level 8. That's fine. That's a significant level up because we can learn and unlock further talents. Let's now check here. It seems this is a safe area. Okay, we do not need this wand or stuff, and also with this arrow we cannot do anything. So let's now level up. So magic and strength, this is what we need. And now I can unlock some more talents. But for example, this is fine now. I do not really want to unlock now Weapon of Wrath or Sun's Vengeance, so I will just improve my Path of the Sun. This is important for me now, but from the generic side now I can unlock, and I will unlock more talents. So Chant Adept gives me again passively, anytime if I'm activating a chant, some type of detrimental effects will be cleared from me. So Chant of Fortitude clears mental, Fortress clears physical, and Resistance clears magical effects, and also the cross-tire effects will be cleared. So from this point I'm using my chants only for effect clearing, but this is extremely, even at 1110, this tree is crazy strong. And I'm also unlocking Learning Barrier. This is just a one-pointer for me. This is a weak damage shield, but it's affected by spell critical, so it can be a critical. The thing is, at the early stages it's a little bit helpful, but it's weak, and the later stages you have other options, for example Death in Light, to have a strong damage shield, so it's not that useful. But anyway, it's nice to have an extra damage shield, of course, and let's put back the refundable points. Okay, nice. So have an extra damage shield, and now I will set my chance to resistance, because I like to have immediately the physical clear and the mental clear. Magical clear is not that important for me, but if I'm sustaining this, at least I have 15% damage reduction against those damage instances that has a source, and the source is at least 3 tiles from me. So it's really nice to have this little extra. Shielding rune, but really weak. And it seems no more enemies here, but yeah, we already had crazy amount of rare enemies at this first level, so I'm not really surprised if I'm not finding any more here. Yes. Yes, it seems we managed to clear this first level. Okay, so this was a very unfortunate start with full of rare enemies, but we managed to survive it. Let's now precognition up and go to the second level. We do not need this shielding rune, this is just for gems. This is also for gems. Also for gems, and now we have to, very soon we have to sell something, but okay, at least we are fine now. Okay, this is definitely a luckier start, just a brawler rare and a rogue rare. And a marauder, but these are not that concentrated. So it's okay. The problem is only appears, so let's, okay, this is a rogue, so went into stealth mode, so let's just freeze it. So the problem is only triggering if these are concentrated, so a lot of rare enemies are in one place. Oh, 20 negative, so 20 die at. Actually, this is fine. Physical resistance, penetration, and physical damage. This is a very nice wizard hat. So I will just switch for this. And it seems this southern area is safe. Okay, that's nice. So let's now go back and kill that brawler dude. Okay, little friend. I would like to trigger your hunter. Okay, not the brawler, but the marauder is here. Try to stun it, that's nice. Okay, it fainted us. Let's clear this confusion. And keep hitting it because we will just kill it. Okay, kill these normal dudes. Let's switch back and let's now check. It has now the hunter, but it seems it's blocked, so it's just not moving. That's interesting. So we have to go there and kill it. And this is, we just found a good wizard hat, so now this is not that good. Where are you, little fellow? Why? Oh, you are completely sealed inside. That's really unfortunate. Okay, here is a cultist of entropy, so let's shield up. I will set up here the path of the sun, and this dude is constricting me, so let's try to remove it. Nice. And here is also a berserker, but that's not a dangerous enemy. This cultist of entropy is what I really do not like. Okay, now I'm stunned. That's not good. Shield up. Now we need some healing. Okay, now I have my damage shield. That's nice. So let's check these. Did not manage to really bring down the dude. So now it's better to just go backwards a little bit in our path of the sun. I'm blinded, but it's totally fine for me. Oh, I have confusion, so I'm also have problems to activate talents. Okay, so now heal back, and now I can freeze both of these. I'm avoiding this projectile. And let's now try to kill this dude, because yeah, this is just really annoying to fight with both enemies, two enemies once. Okay, we are stunned, so let's remove it. And I think now we can kill it. Okay, so now we will have a easier job because just one enemy. Okay, cool. And just normals. So we found a belt with willpower and maximum life, but we already have a better one. Okay, but because of the willpower I will keep it and find this one, but we already have a better one, so I will sell it. Okay, here is just a normal little plant. And so enemies are completely sealed inside here. That is really funny and really strange. So here is a brawler little dude. So let's now completely heal back, and I will just dig them out. Okay, I wanted to dig them out, but I was interrupted because of this Mind Slayer snake. Okay, so let's just quickly kill it. Nice. Okay. So let's now try to dig them out. Okay, so here is the brawler dude. Nice, let's freeze it. Okay, now we have some talent fail chance. I think it has a gloves with this poison breath from the higher draconic tree. Yes, of course, it has these gloves. 50%. Okay, brawlers are, of course, really tanky. Tries to break out. Now we have our damage shield again, of course. Okay, and it's dead now, and just now normal dudes. Yeah, it can happen anytime, so this map generation can be a little bit funny sometimes. So check these items. Okay, no, we do not need this. This is a two-handed big weapon. And this is... no. We also do not need this dagger. Okay, so let's continue now. There are some normal dudes here to the north. Yeah, a plant and a bear. And maybe the bear is also... No, it's not sealed inside. Okay, let's continue. Just a normal snake. It's still just a normal snake, okay. There will be some enemy behind it. A normal little wolf. Okay, one enemy. It's a vermix, so it's not a dangerous dude at all. Oh, who are you? Now it's a Mind Slayer, okay. So let's go backwards instead. Because we do not want to fight with multiply melee enemies. Okay, but now we have to. So this little dude, the Mind Slayer, is lower on life. So try to kill this one. First we will manage to do this because we are doing nice amount of damage and we have a cool damage. So this Weapon of Light makes the early game, the early stages, way easier. Of course, but as you saw at the first level, anytime if the random enemy generation makes a joke with you, it can be lethal. Warriors in Confusion, Immunity and Strength and Armor. No, we like this. Okay, instead of this one, I will use this one because it also gives Confusion Immunity. Okay, this is a better weapon for damage and also have this chance to trigger global slow like this one. But mine has also accuracy. I will keep mine because of the extra accuracy. Okay, now some normal dudes. No, there is a Shadow Blade maybe. Archmage, yeah, so I just saw the particles Shadow Blades and Archmages have this Phantasm tree. But here comes a Soul Butcher from the behind. Okay, then just let's go backwards a little bit, and because this is a Soul Butcher, we would like to a little bit damage it from range. I like Soul Butchers better when they are a little bit damaged. Okay, so now shield up and freeze the guy. So now we can start dealing damage to it. Let's remove this stun and try to stun it. Nice. Cool. Okay, we do not need this massive armor. So let's now go for that Archmage. Okay, it's immediately face door next to us. So, okay, it has Phantasmal Shield, so it has a chance to basically avoid any damage instance. That is really annoying. Now it has just 10%, but it do not have a cap, and at late game it can reach 100%, and it will reach 100% on some enemies. So it's a crazy annoying thing. And now I have my damage shield, that's nice. So okay, this is just a normal dude, but do not underestimate these little dudes. These Drake hatchlings has a nice amount of bump damage. So if you let them surround you, you can find yourself in a real problem. Okay, but now we have a good amount of damage shield. Okay, little mold slime rooted next to us. Nice. And it seems here is a vault, and I think this is the collapsed tower. So it's really funny. The first level is completely easy, but the second level is not. There are multiply skeleton mages, and so one skeleton mage can two-shot you, and there are two of them. Oh, here is a corruptor. Let's just remove this effect, and let's go close because it's a corruptor, so that means it's we can lead. Okay, it's stunned now. It's tanky because it's a troll, but we will just simply kill this guy. Nice. Let's check now these items. Another belt with spell slave. No, we do not need it. And of course we do not need these massive armors also. So it's very interesting. I think the developers just missed the code from these vaults to hinder the line of sight of the tracking effects, because normally vault walls are hindering the line of sight of tracking abilities. This is newly added. This is a brand new vault, and I think the developers just forgot to add this tag into the code. So I will clear now the first level, but I won't gonna clear the second level. That is a little bit later. I will come back. And it seems we managed to clear this level, so now comes the vault. Okay, so very first we have to lure out this little golem dude. So let's deal some damage to the guy, because this way we can lure it out. Okay, here. Golem dude, where are you? Come on. Here it is. Why didn't you came out? Okay, nice from you. Okay. And now we just have to go inside. It's okay. We have a good damage shield and just basically bump this dude down. Nice. Now there will be these multiply dudes, and be aware the skeleton mage can trigger. So there is a skeleton mage also, and it is movable, so it can, if it will trigger its hunter, it will come out and hunt us down. Okay, so far. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Nice. Okay, unfortunately no runes here, just a wild infusion, movement infusion, and another wild infusion. We do not need these. Let's set up the Path of the Sun and go inside and kill everything. Okay, so that was the first level, so no, now do not go to the second. That is a way harder zone, way harder level. Okay, and go now to the final level, but of course now recognition up. I will keep it because it's not bad, but okay, of course some. Okay, this is tier 2, so I cannot gain any from it. No, and I do not need these. Okay, let's sell these items. And at the third, wow, this is a very easy start. So yes, you see, this is totally random. In some occasions you will have like 5 rares immediately next to you. That is really unfortunate. That just happened to me. And some occasions you will have just 1 normal enemy. So everything is just... Oh, I'm disarmed, but that's fine. So slowly progress further, because I'm sure there will be some enemies here. Okay, still just normals. Interesting. Okay, now I can see one pink point in the minimap. This is a Sobucher little dude, so let's hunt this dude down. Here you are, my little friend. Let's freeze you, shield up, and start bumping you like mad. Stun you. Okay, try to blind you. No. But anyway, we will have our damage shield very soon again, so it's now stunned. Okay, so we are completely safe. We can freeze it again. Nice. Find the Mind Star is completely useless. Okay, so it seems this area is fully safe. No dudes are here. I do not like these sealed areas. Let's check inside. Okay, so some normal enemy. And still just normals. Or maybe there can be some stealthed guys here. Let's check it. Let's set up here the Path of the Sun. Let's activate passive mode. So, no, I'm seeing rogue enemies everywhere, basically. Okay, switch back from the passive mode. But it's better to suspect rogue enemies everywhere than just being killed by a rogue. Okay, now there are some rares. Nice. Sobucher, a Doomed, and a Necromancer. Let's lure them out. Trigger the Hunter. Okay, nice. Now they are coming. Oh, there is also a tree, this honey tree. So first the Necromancer, and yes, very nice from you, my little friend. So yes, I would like to kill the Necromancer first. It is a more annoying enemy, of course. And it will have, of course, negative life, so die at 238. So be aware of this. Okay, now we managed to kill it. Nice. Check now these items. It's not even giving willpower. No, it's not even giving willpower, so it's completely useless. So we are not leveling up our willpower, but we need willpower for Fallen Prodigy, so that's why I'm collecting items that gives willpower. Okay. And there is also Sobucher. Okay, first, of course, let's kill this annoying dude. The Sobucher is there and triggered its hunter because I saw... yes, so I saw that... I'm dazed, let's remove it. So I saw that fire effect. Okay, it's nice, it's completely fine. And we reach level 9. Found a two-handed sword. It would be really nice because it has a 60 die at, but it's a two-handed sword, so no. I won't gonna use it. But level up now because we gained a level. I do not want to unlock or learn anything now from the generic side. But I can learn now Shield Slam, and I want to learn Shield Slam. This is a 10 cooldown talent, and basically it hits the target 3 times, or attacks the target 3 times with the shield, with low damage multiplier. But again, the main point here is not the damage, but instead it applies the block on us. So basically now okay, so let's now order my talents again. So now we can have 2 blocks. And still here is this little doomed that I really like to kill, but it's a plant, so that means I cannot lure it out. I have... Oh, here is a normal little wolf. And here is a rogue, a rare rogue. So let's now just clear the trash, deal some damage. Try to stun the rogue. Now apply the block so the rogue has the counter strike. Okay. So let's now try to kill this doomed guy. It's not really a tanky dude. Okay, cool. We are fine. Let's check around. Some Sun Paladin and just some normals. Okay, fine. Let's check this item. So maximum life belt, but we already have a better one, so we do not need it. And this is... Oh, 4 willpower is nice. Other than that, it's not really useful, so I will keep it for the willpower, for swap gear, but that's all. So let's go now for this Paladin Orc. Okay, and a Cursed Wolf also. Okay, here is the Paladin Orc. It's dazed us, so let's remove it. Let's now deal some damage and start now extending our damage shield. I just have a damage shield because of the Shatter Afflictions, so it will crumble very soon, I'm sure. I did not manage to stun it. Okay, now I have the block, so it have the counter strike. Yeah, my shield is now crumbled, so let's now finish this Paladin. And there was another rare. Oh, it's not just one other rare. Wow, this is so crazy. A Cursed, a Berserker, and a Soul Butcher rare, just next to the dude, to the fixed boss. That's not really good. Okay, this is just allows me to breathe in water. I do not care about this at all. Okay, so now we have to lure enemies out one by one. Let's remove some of these effects. Let's freeze the little guy and now start hitting it. Try to stun it. Nice. It's a curse, so it will die quickly. It's not that tanky. So we have to lure these dudes out one by one. Maximum life 32, and okay, this is definitely better, so no. So who will be next? Check or hunted area or radius. It's 12. Wait here a little bit, hopefully. Okay, so one step closer and probably one step closer again. And now we can trigger the hunter of these guys. Yes. Oh, but we triggered also Prox the Mighty. It doesn't matter. But now multiply rare dudes will come after us, and that is bad. So try to kill this. This boss is not hard at all, because we are not reached level 11, so do not have any class. But for example, this Soul Butcher can be really devastating, so let's freeze it now. Nice. Now we have the strong damage shield again. Okay, now the Soul Butcher has the counter strike, so let's hit it. Again, here comes the Berserker also. Okay, I have to set up now the Path of the Sun. And unfortunately... Okay, now fortunately I was knocked back, but unfortunately, I wanted to say, unfortunately, some of those dudes just stabbed in front of me. Okay, the Soul Butcher is now really low on life. I can kill this guy. First of all, because now I have my Biting Gale. And yes, now it's dead. Okay, so here is a Berserker and the fixed boss. Okay, these shouldn't be problem now. So Berserker and the fixed boss. Okay, I'm confused for 50% for 4 turns. That's bad. That's really bad, but I cannot really do anything now. I was knocked back. Okay, that's basically not bad. So confused and stunned. That's really bad. And now it's over, but now I'm disarmed. So let's remove the disarm. Okay, and at least now I'm just fighting with the Berserker only. Okay, I was knocked back, and again, it's not bad for me. Okay, stay here, because this way I'm in the font of life, so at least I have a little bit of extra life regeneration. And try to kill this Berserker as quickly as possible before Prox the dude will just appear next to me. Now it's here, or he's here. Okay, stunned, so remove it. Try to blind these guys. Okay, I blinded Prox. I killed the Berserker, and now it's an easy fight. I was knocked back, but yeah, that's nothing. Okay, so yeah, it's super fine now. I will even just kill these normal dudes first before I'm killing Prox. So alone this enemy is not a problem, but again I was super unlucky, surrounded by rares. Nice. So reached level 10. And the Slewed Grip, it's not good, but Coral Spray, for example, is nice. Early game shield. And here was the hidden treasure little note. Okay, so now check these items first, of course. This is physical damage and life regen, that's all. So we are not interested in it. This is for willpower, so I will keep it. That's nice. And I'm pretty sure this Coral Spray is little bit better block value, but it has better armor, and this freeze on block is really nice. Okay, so I will switch for it. Yes. And this is a lightning storm wand, and this is really nice. I will switch for it for sure. I really like these lightning storm wands. These are wonderful. So I do not need now this one. Instead we have this storm, this lightning storm. I can lock enemy. Okay, and I'm over encumbered, but that's not really a problem now, because I'm now level 10. So that means I now have a category point. So let's level up a little bit. Nice. And refound back these points, so the points that I do not like to have just right now, but a little bit later I won't gonna need it. So now I have one category point, and now I will unlock spell Stone Alchemy from this category point, and I have now a lot of generics. So let's just learn now all 3 talents. The first 2 talents just for unlock, so I just need Gem Portal and Stone Touch, but with this talent I just keep them level 1. So I can just extract tier 1 gems from tier 1 metal weapons and armors. This is just a little bit of extra. I can also imbue tier 1 gems to my body armor. I won't gonna use it at all, it's nothing. But Gem Portal is really a shining diamond or a pearl. It's a relatively low cooldown talent. The cooldown is even lowering by so scaling with talent level, and it will reach 10 cooldown at level 5. We need to equip 5 alchemist gems, because using this talent requires or uses 5 alchemist gems per use, but we will have like thousands, so we do not care. And this is exactly the same talent as the dwarves has, the stone walking, so it's a probability travel, but it has a better range, better cooldown. So this is crazy strong, really crazy strong. So let's now just learn this talent. Let's go back a little bit, or no, we cannot go back, of course. We are over encumbered. So let's now start extracting some gems from all these items that we just accumulated. So if I would sell this item, for example, I would gain like, I don't know, 0.2, 0.3 gold. Instead now I can generate gems from them, and so gems has a nice sell value, 4 gold per tire. So this is a very nice way to generate extra gold, but not just extra gold, because as I already mentioned, we also need to be equipped alchemist gems. So we will have, and we do not care what type of alchemist gems, what tire, what type, we just need the amount. So how much? So with this lot of tier 1 gems, we can have a lot of gold and a lot of crazy amount of alchemist gems. Nice. Okay, so that was the weapons, but yeah, I have also armors. Okay, so all my weapons and all my armors. And here are the shots. So I already mentioned the shots are counts as metal weapons. And check the chest. Also, we do not need this dagger. And we also do not need these items. Okay, so now I'm not over encumbered, finally. So I do not need imbue item. I will just remove it. But I will need these talents. And now I have a really low encumbrance. Okay, so let's just check what kind of gems we just found. Okay, let's generate some gems from the alchemist gems from this agate. Okay, this is using mana. So I will go backwards a little bit, because now I would like to rest. So regenerate back my mana and start generating alchemist gems from all these agates. Okay, nice. Let's now again regenerate back my mana, and now I can equip 280. That will be very good for a while. Nice. So here's our little alchemist gems, exclusively just for Gem Portal. Okay, so that was level 10, but of course I still have, for example, these refoundable points. So put them back. Okay, always be aware the first 2 talent here is non-refundable. Nice. And now for the class talents. let's just for unlock. So I do not really need Weapon of Wrath. I do not really need now Sun's Vengeance. But of course, at next levels, I would like to have some unlocks. So let's now just unlock these, and 1 point put it back into Path of the Sun. The last point. Okay, nice. And yeah, I'm not gonna use Weapon of Wrath, so let's just unbind it. Okay, cool. So we are a little bit stronger. We reached level 10. And also and I think really no more enemies will be here. That would be crazy if still some more rare enemies will be around. Okay, nice. So let's now check this hidden zone where Bill, the troll dude, is. Okay, here it is. And it seems no more enemies on this level at all. Yes, it seems. Wow. Okay, so then let's explore a little bit. Yeah, it seems we managed to clear this level. Yeah, there were a lot of enemies here. I'm not saying it was easy. Okay, nice. So let's go now to this hidden level. So yes, I know, of course, this is dangerous, but I would like to go there anyway. And we do not need any of these items. Be aware, rare enemies can be now, and also unique or random boss enemies can be now here. So be really aware. Let's lure out these enemies. So, but just right now, just normal dudes, that's fine. Okay, here comes the dude. Let's set up a little lightning days here. Also, let's freeze it. We will do anything really to negate it or block it. Nice. Try to stun it. Okay. Apply the counter strike on it. Cool. Dude is now blinded. Shield up. Now we have the strong damage shield. Okay. And again, Daze Lock. But I'm also freezing it. I don't care. So I'm now. It's an overkill. I now really easily can kill this dude. And yes, managed to kill it. So it's easy. But we did not reach level 11. That's very important. Surefire, it's completely useless for us. Okay, continue luring enemies, because yeah, there can be unique random bosses. We reach now level 10, so be aware of this. And this is counts as a vault, so the line of sight of our vision ability or tracking a precognition is hindered. But it seems okay. This is completely fine. So that was Trollmire. It was crazy. I was really unlucky. So let's now check what kind of items that I just found. I do not need Surefire. This is also not good. Also not good. Okay, let's generate some extra gems. Nice. Okay, and now we can just simply recall out. And let's now go. Now is the time to go to the that small Lumberjack village. Here. Now we are definitely strong enough to kill this dude, and before level 11 again, so it's important. Where are you, little friend? Where are you? Here, okay. So, dude is targeting us. It will blind slide, so it will go out. Yeah, it will just blind out or teleport out from this lightning daze zone. So killing this dude now is completely fine. Try to stun it. Okay, it's now blinded, so it acts randomly. So instead of attacking us, just goes into random. Stun again. So yeah, it's at this. Now it's not hard to kill it. Confused, let's remove it. 26. It's now stunned. 4%, and we now killed it. Okay, rest in peace, my little friend. And we have this new achievement, the Curse Lifter. We have to wait for these effects to wear off. Okay, and now I will do a very evil thing, because I will just kill these little fellows. First, let's check these items. This is every item here. Oh no, this is tier 1, but I do not need this one. It's two-handed big battle axe, and I also do not need this bow, but I need this gem. Okay, so here is this very nice little prodigy, the Fallen, and this has a requirement of committing a heinous act, so an evil act, and killing, or so letting all the lumberjacks killed, or you can kill yourself too. So if all the lumberjacks dies, then you have this. So now I will just kill all the guys. I know it's evil, but yeah. Okay, let's slaughter them in radius area of effect. Okay. Here are two little dudes. There is no one here. Okay, here is another one. Let's just catch them. There is another one. Okay, and there were two more. It's very important, you have to kill all of them, or not you, so it doesn't matter if... So they have to die. Okay, and still one dude is here, but I also would like to have another achievement or requirement. So the hidden resources prodigy has a requirement of have been close to death, kill the foe while below 1 HP. So I would like to also have this one. But first, that means I have to get rid of all my armor, because this dude just cannot deal damage to me otherwise. So let's just check if I have any armor. Not from here, but I need negative life. I will remove it because it gives physical resistance. This is giving me negative life, so this is armor, so I have to get rid of it. Armor, have to get rid of it. This is also giving me accuracy, physical power, dexterity. It's really nice. It's a really nice wand. Life regen, I have to get rid of it because I will just over regenerate the dude. Armor, get rid of it. And this has armor, have to get rid of it. Okay, nice. So now let's check what left. 0 armor, really nice. But we still have some damage when hit. I have to deactivate these sustains, because I do not want the little fellow to kill itself. I cannot have damage when hit, but I still have this acid damage when hit, and I think I have this from this cloak. Okay, anyway, now I'm ready to dealing with this dude. And the dude has 300 HP. Okay, nice. Let's just remove my weapon now. And just attack it with my bare hands. Okay, now it's hostile. Okay. And yeah, if the dude is hitting me, it just takes some acid damage, so be careful, I do not want to kill it that early. Nice, we are lower and lower on life. Okay, so let's now remove that cloak, because this is making things a little risky, and then now I do not have anything, any... Okay, but now we just have 20 die at, so be careful about this. Okay, now. Nice. So now we have this achievement. Let's immediately heal back. Yeah, I know it's boring, but these are requirements for prodigies. And this is a very safe area to do this. And let's now just equip back everything. Okay, so here is my weapon. This is for willpower. Yes. So, this is for willpower, this is for willpower, and this is my main cloak. This is for willpower, and this is my main boots. Okay, nice. We do not need this technique thing. I will just sell this. Oh, what we have here. This is the better one, okay. A lot of gems. Okay, and this is this really nice lantern for maximum life regen, and constitution. Let's equip it. And I do not need anymore this magic wand, so let's transmogify it. Let's check the dig speed. This is better, so I can sell this one. And I do not really need now this one. Okay, so far so good. So now we managed to have the requirement for the Fallen Prodigy. Of course, just the level and the willpower requirement is needed now. And also same goes for the hidden resources, just the willpower and the level, that's all. So now we have everything. Okay, that's nice. Let's wait a little bit to regenerate back every resource. And let's now go to Derth, because there is the Derth Arena quest. I like to do that also relatively early. It's very important to do it before you reach character level 14. So it's better to just do it now. So we will gain +2 generic points by doing this quest. I still have some extra stats because I did not level it up. So let's level up magic and strength. Nice. And let's do this quest. Okay, so the first dude is a halfling slinger. It's not something dangerous or super strong. We can daze lock it a little bit, then we can freeze it. And now start dealing damage. So now this will be easy. Some dudes can be annoying, of course, like knocking us back, but this is just annoyance. So these are not dangerous. I killed it with a lightning daze. This gladiator is immediately rushing. It's always rushing. Start with a rush on you. Now we are stunned, so remove it. And now it has the counter strike, so we will just crush this dude. Okay, let's shield up, and we are extending or strengthening our damage shields. And now it will try to run away, but it came back. It's interesting. Okay, and the final dude is this arcane blade. Yeah, but so these are relatively easy now. That's why it's better to do this quest early. And yeah, we killed it, so +2 generic points. Thank you very much, my friend. And check these items. So can we? No, we cannot generate any gems, unfortunately. Because we have this is a tier 2 weapon, unfortunately. Okay, then let's just simply sell it. Okay, so that was for now. These are the beginning steps. So it's now it's starts to build up my character. Have a really low spell power. That's not good, and also not that good accuracy. But yeah, this will just slowly build up. This is nice. I really like this lightning daze wand. And now I gain plus generic points. I won't gonna spend it now because next level, when I will reach relatively soon level 12, so next level I can unlock both Stone Touch and Providence. And also I won't gonna spend my class point because I would like to unlock these talents, of course, at the next level. So let's save now. Little Sunny. These were the initial steps. Yeah, a few times, 2 times we were close to dying, but or maybe 1 at the Trollmire level 1. That was really funny. Yeah, anytime. So at this early we are do not have our really good talents, and anytime if the random enemy generation goes crazy, it can happen that you die. So I know I play very slowly and carefully, but I still hope someone will enjoy this. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will be back with the next part.